It's something. You know, like, did Bill Belichick not know, did everyone not know who was going to be the starter during Tom Brady's reign in New England? No, you knew that if Tom Brady was healthy, it wasn't going to be Matt Castle, right? Like, we knew that. Cam Newton, who Belichick has praised to the heavens, his work ethic, his leadership, his competitiveness. You saw Bill Belichick go put his arm around him at one point last week. He knew he was battling COVID and all these kind of things. Cam Newton, former MVP, you know, former best player in the game, guy who came off of a catastrophic injury, faced COVID, no practices, no preseason, facility shut down because of COVID, lost his whole defense, no weapons. That's why Tom Brady left. 2 plays away from winning 9 games last year. That Cam Newton hasn't been named the starter. He's competing with a rookie. With a rookie. How often does Bill Belichick play rookie quarterbacks? No, this is something.
Well, Dane.
Max, let me tell you something, man. Playing up in New England for 5 years, all that what you said doesn't even matter, okay? You're talking about the same Bill Belichick when I was there that cut Lloyd Malloy who was our team captain, cut him the week 1 against Buffalo Bills. This man he doesn't care about the accolades. None of that matters, okay? At the end of the day, what is the upside in Bill Belichick naming a week 1 starter? We're like 3 weeks away or whatever it is from our first regular season game. These guys are competing right now. It does the New England Patriots organization no good to go out here and say which quarterback is going to be week 1 starter. You're talking about 2 different quarterbacks with 2 contrasting styles. We know what Cam Newton is. We know he's a former league MVP. We know he's a dual threat guy. Okay, now he's competing against a rookie who's more the traditional pocket passer along the lines of Tom Brady. So in that sense, in and of itself, it makes no sense for Bill Belichick to say, okay, Cam Newton's a starter. You wait until week 1, literally the week of week 1, to go out there and name your starting quarterback because the competition is that close up in New England.
I don't disagree with either of you, Max, Damien. What I would tell you is my focus is in a different place. It's in a different place from what we're seeing from you guys right now, okay? Here's what we have to accept. And could y'all take the Patriots off the screen? Because I want to look at Max and Damien when I say this. Let's understand what's transpired. Mac Jones has surprised a few people. He ain't surprised me. Because you know I roll Alabama all day, every day. You understand what I'm saying? So I saw what he did last year, all right? I'm the guy, Damien, that went and spoke to the team when Nick Saban had me come down there and speak to the team.
To rave reviews, by the way.
I am special at giving speeches, I must admit. I am a great speech giver. But here's the deal. I'm only kidding. I'm not let other people judge that. But in all seriousness, Mac Jones, he can ball. And so for Nick Saban and Bill Belichick to be aligned in their thinking as football minds, and for Mac Jones to come from that system, it's not just from a football perspective. It's a demeanor, how you carry yourself, your approach to the game. You know, what do you say, how you study film, the kind of things you look for, all of these different things. Here's my point. He gets to New England. And his footsteps, he ain't tippy-toeing. He's stomping because he can make the throws. And he looks the part. And you got Cam Newton, who was the successor to Tom Brady. First of all, there was never a snowball's chance in hell that he was going to be Tom Brady. We understand that. As great as Cam Newton has been, he ain't no Tom Brady. That's number 1. Number 2, because you're the direct successor to Tom Brady, from a human perspective, that's certainly going to come, if not with expectations, then it's an elevated level of cynicism. Then you had last year, because you got COVID and you went through what you went through, and the team missed the playoffs. You have that as your backdrop. And now here you are in front of the media, and the media is asking you about whether you're starting or not. Understand what Cam did. What Cam suspected, is what we are wondering whether or not Naomi Osaka was suspected because of what her agent said. In Cam Newton's case, it's a bit more flagrant. I'm talking about based purely on a press conference yesterday. You could tell he was saying to the media, why are you asking me this question? You know good and damn well Bill Belichick didn't tell me that. You asking me this why? What
Loaded
you looking
question.
for from me? Because you trying to start something, okay? Because in essence, and correct me if I'm wrong, Damien, Cam is standing up there, feeling, I shouldn't say knowing because you don't know what's in other people's heart, but feeling at his core that a lot of cats asking him those questions want Mac Jones to be the starter. They don't want him there. That's how he's feeling. And I think all of that stuff is meshed in there.
Well, listen, I'll say this, okay? Even if Bill told Cam Newton that he was a starter, he wouldn't say, because that's just how the program is in New England. You don't give away state secrets up in New England, okay? It's just everything is about the opponent. Keep as much information in-house as possible. But listen, Mac Jones is not playing around. Mac Jones is on his tail.
That's why it's something.
I think with Josh, Mac Jones fits Josh McDaniels' system, which had Tom Brady for all those years, more so than what Cam Newton does for the New England Patriots. So if it's close, I think it goes to Mac Jones.
And that's why.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.